Well, greetings and a most heartfelt salutation to everyone out there. Welcome to the first episode of IStream, IStream in the year 2023. All that, Pat, are you excited for this episode?
I am. I have a itchy clicker thumb, and I'm ready to go upstairs and watch some of these shows. And I know that you've got a couple that I'm interested in already, and I'm sure there's going to be some surprises too.
Yeah,
Fill me up, man. What do we got to watch?
So this video, again, thank you for joining us here. This is a New York Nerd Show. IStream, IStream. This is one of the shows that we have on this channel. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video. As we go along, we're going to tell you to leave some comments down below. Go and do all that fun stuff for us before we jump on in. But again, this episode, this video, streaming shows are just off. They're just everywhere. There are so many networks, just off the bat, you've got Paramount, you've got Peacock, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Netflix, Prime Video, just to name a few. I think there's still a few more of them out there that I still have. I think I have, there's the AMC Plus that I'm subscribed to for my Walking Dead stuff and Fear of the Walking Dead and all those spinoffs that they've got coming on. So streaming shows are that's where these companies are making their money. So and again, as I literally have a subscription to every single one of those that I just mentioned, because I love shows, I love TV, I love movies, so I'm always out there. But there's sometimes so much stuff out there to watch, and with that, instead of going, okay, here's everything coming out in March. We've tried doing those, and those videos are really long. Sometimes we have to break them up. Okay, here's everything coming to HBO Max. Here's everything coming to Netflix. Kind of have almost separate videos for those. I just want to focus on what are people going to be talking about. These are those water cooler shows. Right now, really big, The Last of Us on HBO Max. That is huge right now. People are talking about that. Yellowstone, people are talking about. Succession is being talked about. All these shows are being talked about at the water cooler. So it's now a new month. Today is March 1st. And so therefore, I want to kind of talk about the 5 biggest shows that are going to be hitting the airwaves this month that I wanted to know, in case you're not aware of them. Let's put your ear to the ground, the remote in hand, and let's rock and roll with those. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And I do have a little surprise. I said 5, but I've got one honorable mention just because it's my show. I can do what I want, right?
Exactly.
All right. So this is a show. It's coming back for its 2nd season over on Disney Plus. And with that, it is one of those shows that is kind of a reboot, remake type of a series. We talked about it when the first season came out, and you're like, "No, I'm not into this one. I'm not watching this one."
This is the Doogie Howser one.
It is the Doogie Howser kind of remake.
Yeah. Okay.
But they are self-conscious about what, the young lady there. She is the Doogie. That's what her nickname is because of the fact that she is that teenage prodigy that is still in high school, that has been able to, graduate and get her medical degree. And so now she's working at the hospital with her mom. Her mom is kind of her boss. So you've got all that friction that's going on there. But it looks like in season 2, they're introducing a new love interest. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Zombies Disney Channel original movies.
No, I'm not. But no, yeah, I'm glad that. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned this show in the season 2 because I had forgotten about it. I thought this was Lilo and Stitch or something, and maybe that's a little too on the nose based on the beach theme and
they're making a live action.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Oh, come on!
I kid you not.
Oh my lord.
So this one has one of the guys. His name is Milo from the Zombies series. So he's one of the main characters. So I guess he's going to be a new love interest in this. But again, this is kind of just an honorable mention. It's on Disney Plus. It's going to be hitting Disney Plus March 31st. So it's literally the last day of the month.
Right.
if by chance you are able to catch it, you still have all of March to binge through. I think there's maybe 10 episodes. They're not that long episodes, so it's very easy to do.
Bitter Ritz and I will check that out for sure.
So I've watched about half of the first season, so I do need to finish the first season, those episodes. But again, it's a nice, wholesome family show, something that I would bring in my 11-year-old daughter to watch.
Right.
And again, it's that nice.
Ryan could watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's 14 months. He's getting a little impressionable.
Start putting in those thoughts of doctor in his head.
Yes.
So again, that's my honorable mention. So let's go ahead and jump on into the top 5. And again, I'm going to start with number 5 for dramatical effect.
Oh, so these are the ones that you're looking forward to most. So
and
number 1 will be your big hitter.
And this is going to be in order.
Okay.
So this is number 5. All right. So if you had to think of like one of the greatest trilogies, like there is only 3 movies. There's no prequels, sequels, no nothing. 3 movies. What would you consider to be one of the greatest trilogies ever?
I'd have to go with Naked Gun starring Leslie Nielsen.
That is a great guess. Are there actually 3 movies of those? Because
there actually are. I'm thinking of like something else for comedic effect, but everything else has more than 3 somehow. But yes, obviously a Star Wars original saga,
right.
The Lord of the Rings,
so
things like that.
I'll give you a hint. This is not the definitive answer, but it is an animated series that is by far, each movie is like substantially better than the original and the previous movie.
Well, it sure as heck isn't the Ninja Turtles original movies. Yeah, I don't know. What are we looking at?
So it is going to be the How to Train Your Dragon series.
Oh, okay. I mean, I fell asleep during this movie, but Bitter Ritz liked it. And I know it's a very popular series, so I think I'm in the minority, or I just need to get better rest before I watch this.
So this is the series that is on Hulu. It's called Dragons: The Nine Realms. It's going into its 5th season. And it takes place in the modern time frame. So you have yes. Okay. So as you see, like there's a walkie-talkie there. They're basically up in the Norway area, and they're doing archaeological, not archaeological, but there's I'm trying to think of those words I'm looking for, where you're like studying the ground. It's like seismic activity.
Oh yeah, like a geologist.
Yes. So they're in there, and then the one main character ends up finding a toothless or a night fury, or technically a light fury, because it's technically a light fury and a night fury offspring.
Now it's the black dinosaur, right? The original one, isn't that? Or not dinosaur, but dragon. Am I like?
Yeah, the black dragon is the original one. That was toothless.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the 3rd movie, you get a white one, a light fury.
Okay.
And then so you're kind of your black dragon and your white dragon have babies, and they're now black and white. And
Makes
so
sense.
It's kind of assumed that these are the generations down. These are toothless, and then the light furies offspring is one of these characters.
Now, is this also on Disney Plus, or is it going to be like on Paramount, or what service would you find this on?
This one's on Hulu.
Oh, you probably said that. No, yeah.
And like I said, it's running into its 5th season. Now, if by chance this one starts actually tomorrow, March 2nd, we get the 5th season. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I have watched all 4 seasons up to this time point. If you wanted to try to catch up, the seasons are only like maybe 6, 7, 8 episodes in length. They're not very long seasons, and the episodes themselves are your 25-minute episodes, so you can really burn through them very quickly.
Now, for somebody like, again, maybe myself, and you're saying the episodes are short, do you need to have prior knowledge of the movies? Like, will it help? Is it required?
On the whole, no.
Okay.
They are alluding back to that possibly the main character is a descendant from the original character Hiccup.
Okay.
But it hasn't officially been said. But again, it's just that whole, you see the Viking helmet that's on there. It has like a little marking on it. That if you are familiar with it, it's those kind of like those small Easter eggs that kind of like referencing back. But on the whole, if you've never seen any of the How to Train Your Dragons, as long as you understand that group of kids find dragons and they become dragon riders.
And they try to train them.
And they train them.
I would imagine.
So with that being said, that's kind of the base premise of it. And again, it's just the shenanigans that they go into. Like the first season is essentially each of the main characters. It's kind of the dragon of the week. So the first episode, 2 episodes, the main character gets his dragon. Then the third episode, another person gets a dragon. Then the fourth episode, a third person finds out and gets a dragon. Until by the end of the first season, all your main characters now have dragons.
Right, and then they could probably go on from there and actually have storyline and adventures. And
exactly. Such. So then they'll build upon that. There is kind of this underworld existence of all these dragons that the kids, explore and able to find this new type of dragon and this new type of dragon. So again, you still get those kind of dragons of the week afterwards, but it's still pretty good. I enjoy it.
Cool.
So if you do enjoy the dragon series, you'll enjoy this one as well.
Perfect.
All righty. Number 4. This one has a little bit of a little story that goes along with it.
Okay.
All righty. So if we jump in a time machine and go back to the 90s.
Oh, I do a lot of things.
Exactly. So one of the things that I did back in the 90s, because as I just mentioned, I am all about movies, videos. So I frequented a little place known as Blockbuster Video.
Yep.
And so I would always go in there and I would rent 2, 3, 4 videos, at a time. I'd take them home for the weekend, my days off, working, and I would just binge these movies. And,
Did you rewind them at least?
Of course. I was always kind.
Even the DVDs?
Exactly. This was pre-DVD time frame. But I would go in there and I would look at the new releases on the wall. But then, of course, after a while, you've used up all those movies. So now you've got to go to the center portion, those classics, those ones that have been out for about, 5, 10, 15 years. And I happened to stumble upon a director known as Mel Brooks. I believe you may.
Oh, I love Mel Brooks.
So I would go through them. Okay, cool.
I'm setting up.
Spaceballs, awesome. Blazing Saddles, awesome. The Life of Brian, awesome.
Yeah.
Finally came across a movie that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Let me go back and let me get the sequel.
You're teasing me. Like I said, you had me at Mel Brooks, and I'm like, what's coming out that I'm not aware of?
Mel Brooks is finally, because after so many years of looking for History of the World Part 2.
Oh, really?
It is finally coming out.
Wow.
I cannot tell you the times I would walk up to the counter at Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, all these places, and saying, do you guys have History of the World Part 2? Do you have History? Because this is before internet. This is before Google. There's no way for me to find out when, like, this. Oh my God, there's literally History of the World Part 1.
Right.
So naturally, I would think that there is a History of the World Part 2.
Wow.
Or, Hot Shots Part 2. But there didn't exist. It didn't exist. So on March 6th, it's going to be a 4-night event on Hulu.
Putting it in my calendar now.
I know. They're going to be releasing 2 episodes each night. So there's going to be a total of 8 episodes starting the March 6th. And they're going to be doing History of the World Part 2. And like the cast in this is so stacked. You know, like literally just
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
First one I saw for some reason.
It is ridiculous, you know, of all the people that are in this.
Wow.
So I am super excited about this one just because, again, I've been looking for this for literally 20 plus years.
I don't know where we go from here. Yeah, when you were saying this, making a sequel, I'm like, is it Spaceballs? But there was an animated Spaceballs sequel, which was terrible. But I'm excited. Wow, that I did not anticipate this one because, you know, a little peek behind the curtain, everybody that's watching, I can see thumbnails on the bottom of our screen. I'm kind of been peeking at them to kind of see, like, do I recognize it? I know 2 that are coming up, but I had no idea what that was in the corner. So,
yep,
awesome. I love it. I'm super excited.
Alrighty, so now on to video show number 3.
And I have no idea what this one is.
I am super excited about this one. And this is only number 3. Now, this one is a movie. It's going to be coming out March 15th. And this one, as soon as I tell you what it is, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to watch this one.
Cinderella versus RoboCop Part 6.
7.
I got to watch 6 then.
So you are a huge
watch yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Of video games.
Of course.
So they are now making the true story, based on a true story of Tetris.
I heard about this and I'm like, I'm excited because I'm so curious.
So essentially, I had no idea that this game was invented by a Russian person.
Yeah.
And so Taron Egerton, his character has stumbled upon this and eventually has to go to Russia to get the rights because in this little, I'm kind of like kind of delaying here. So he ends up going into this a white room where they are creating something.
Right.
And they literally show him what this thing is. And it's right here, if I'm not mistaken. He literally pulled the sheet off, and you can see right here, and it is called the Game Boy. And he's like, package it with Tetris. And he's like, can you get us the rights? And so now it's the story of him going to Russia, talking to the creator of it, and trying to get the rights for the Tetris game. Again, this is back in the 80s, the height of Cold War.
Yeah.
So now he looks like he's almost like a spy. And I love this scene right here. Like, you see the little kids playing the game.
Yeah.
The wife, you know, he's like, you can bet the house on this. And the wife is like, but you're not going to. And he makes the comment, he's like, have you ever heard this house this quiet?
Right.
And it's because the kids are just playing on the video game. And it's just the show. Like, I would encourage you to check out this trailer in its full entirety because it's amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. This is one of the biggest movies that I'm anticipating for the month of March. You know,
now,
Netflix.
It's an Apple though, right?
This is an Apple TV Plus series or show.
Yeah, I don't.
So we may have to finagle.
Do a special
way for me to watch this.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about this, and it's making me think. I just put a little message for everybody. If you have your own answer, you can put it in the chat. But there's so many versions of Tetris out there, just as a video game that shows just the long-lasting legacy of the game. So having the story behind it is going to be even more exciting. This might also just kind of lend itself to like a little sideshow of like the game room we haven't done in a while, and just like a top 10 versions of Tetris, because I know we probably have like 20 ourselves. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. I knew about this, but again, it was one of those in one ear out the other, and it kind of like I forgot that I heard about it, but I'm definitely interested in that too.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not a movie, it's not Battleship, where it's a movie about the game. It's literally a movie on how the game came to be.
Right.
It's not a Sonic movie, it's not a Mario movie. It's not the Emoji movie.
Yeah, it's almost like a biography, like in some
Exactly.
fashion. Yeah, a historical. Yeah.
So I am severely anticipating this movie. This is one that's just going to be absolutely amazing. It just like I said, the trailer did its job on making me want to see it. So
right, exactly.
Kudos to Apple. They did a good job on that. So, all righty. We are now down to the final two. I'm going to go and give a little warning for the next trailer, because the trailer is for this show that just dropped today. Today, March 1st, we got season 3 of The Mandalorian. Now, I'm going to be doing the teaser trailer. So if by chance, you're trying to like not watch stuff, this is the perfect time to, watch through one eye, as all that power doing.
You guys can do it with me though. I refuse to watch, trailers or sneak previews or anything for anything Star Wars related, but I'm going to buckle in. I'm just going to I'm going to grin it, bear it like it's some Chinese water torture. I'm going to do it with everybody. Go ahead, Lord Cash, hit play. Let's see what we got here.
So, like I said, this is the teaser trailer. Now, I have already watched the first episode of The Mandalorian this morning. I can't wait. I'll watch it again with Lady Cash tomorrow night when she's home. So there's just so much stuff. Grogu's back. Din Djarin's back as the Mandalorian. The big thing is kind of, Din taking Grogu under his wing and actually kind of teaching him the ways of the Mandalorian.
Oh my God. Why? Why am I watching this?
So with that, I will tell you, that scene you just saw was in the first episode.
Well, I haven't seen the first episode.
I know, but it's not like you're like forever and ever.
All right. So I know Salacious Crumb's in it.
Well, one of the species of Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's I can't even think of what it's called. That's something like a space monkey or something.
Wait, was it like a lyric in a song like Space Monkey Mafia, something like that? I don't know.
A brass monkey, funky monkey, chunky monkey.
Could be that. All right. It wasn't. That was the only thing in it that I was like, but I'm excited though. For sure.
And the thing is, that was in the back of my mind. I'm like, he's gonna lose his monkey over this.
It's all good. I'm super excited. Yeah, I didn't watch it today because Bitter Ritz is on vacation. Well, not vacation. She's away for work, so we have to try to match it up. I mean, she's not watching right now, so maybe I'll watch it on my own, then watch it with her.
You're like, yo, this episode's amazing.
No, I'm gonna wait for it, but yeah, it definitely depends on how long I have to wait, I guess. Yeah, no, I'm pumped. I'm excited to watch it. Yeah.
Now, you watched all of season 1 and 2, right?
Oh, of course.
And how about Book of Boba Fett? I know a lot of people fell off the wagon on Book of Boba Fett. I know we did the cards.
Yeah, we did the cards. I basically I watched the whole season, and like we kind of alluded to while doing this card video, which by the way, check it out on our YouTube channel. I liked it. I mean, I didn't like the first half of the Boba Fett show because it was boring. But then as soon as Mando shows up, it really progresses the story of Mandalorian season 3. Basically, it was that bridge that connects the two series, the 2 seasons, I should say. So yeah, definitely ready for it. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've been hearing is that people have not watched Book of Boba Fett, and therefore wait a minute, why is Grogu with Mando again? Didn't he leave at the end of season 2? Why is he back?
Oh yeah, you definitely have to. I'm guessing you definitely have to watch it because you would not realize what's going on.
Yeah, so the previously on wasn't did not fully encompass what happened in Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
So there might be a couple questions that people may have, but it's just one of those, like, literally to go, hey, what happened here? Oh, he came back? Okay, cool.
I could be wrong, but we probably even covered it on IStream, Ustream back in the day too. So maybe watch one of our old episodes if it's on there.
Alrighty. It is now time to talk about numero uno, number one. So just a kind of a recap. My honorable mention was for the Doogie show. That's going to debut at the end of the month, March 31st on Disney Plus. And of course, number 5 was Dragons: The Nine Realms, was actually going to drop on Hulu tomorrow, March 2nd. Number 4 was History of the World Part 2, which is a 4-night event starting March 6th on Hulu. There'll be 8 episodes. They're going to drop 2 per night, leading up to, I guess, the finale on March 8th. Number 3 was the Tetris movie. That's going to debut on March 15th on Apple TV Plus. So if you don't have Apple TV, go buy an iPhone and you'll get it for a year, or pay the $5 a month or whatever. I mean, get the free week, right? There you go.
Right. And
then of course my number 2 dropped today on Disney Plus March 1st, which was season 3 of The Mandalorian. Alrighty, so now number 1 show that I am and looking forward to, and also drops on March 15th on Apple TV Plus, and is a show that has absolutely no business being as good as it is. This show is absolutely fantastic. This show is called Ted Lasso. I love this trailer. It tells you absolutely nothing about what's going to happen in season 3, but it is like the perfect trailer. So Ted Lasso's character is one that is very optimistic, always, believe in yourself. And each of these person writes out the word believe, and it is so on par with their character. It is absolutely fantastic. And then so at the end, you've got Ted Lasso, Coach Beard coming in behind. They notice all the signs. And he says, if seeing is believing, then I believe we've been seen.
That's a good phrase.
And there's so many of these phrases in this show. It is absolutely amazing. I watched this show on my own because people were talking about it on the radio, and they're like, "Oh, yeah. Ted Lasso," and I'm like, I do not like soccer. I am not a European football fan. I don't think I'm gonna like this. But they were like, "Oh my gosh, this show is amazing." So I think it was when season 2 dropped, I was like, you know what? Let me do this. I'm just going to go ahead and watch it. I very slowly progressed my way through season 1. The first couple episodes were really good, but just I did not have the time to actually sit down and watch them all. And finally I was able to get through the season 1. I'm like, this show is amazing. And
I've watched bits and pieces of it, but it's that dang Apple TV Plus barrier. But with the Tetris movie coming out and a bunch of other ones, I got to do it. I've said it before. I've heard nothing but good things. And what I did watch, it was very smartly written. I like the actors that are in it. And yeah, I'll do a binge for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this. And then season 3, yeah, such a good series. Like as far as that's really taken off.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Lady Cash made the comment is like, she knows nothing about soccer, about football. And if you need to know something about it, they explain it. And because Ted Lasso is an American over in the UK, and he himself does not understand it, he is that gateway device that someone over there goes, okay, So this is why we have to do this. They explain how like the pecking order where, you know, Premier League versus this versus that. And they explain it to Ted Lasso, who's an American. And then you as the audience go, oh, okay, I get it now.
Right.
And it's just that perfect conductor for it to go with that. So
that's a good way to put it too, because like they do that in some video games too. It's like how they like do the tutorial, so to speak, you know, and it's not just like soccer is a ball, you know, it's like that sounds
So, but that being said, I absolutely love Ted Lasso. If you had the chance to get the membership to it, definitely do that. These are my top 5 shows. These may not be your top 5 shows. Leave what shows you're looking forward to for the month of March here in 2023, because there is definitely a bunch of them out there. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up what I've got to say.
And I have to agree with you though too. Like coming into this like somewhat blind, I now agree with most of your picks. Like the 2 Disney ones, I don't really, or you know, the 2 cartoon ones, I don't have a connection to. But the last couple you did, I mean, Ted Lasso, Mandalorian, Tetris movie, and History of the World Part 2. That one I had no idea. The others I kind of heard of, but oh my god, that one. I'm very excited about that and everything else. And that's why we watch these shows with you, Lord Cash, because you always bring the info. You know, I love doing these episodes with you. It's been a long time, but I don't know. I can't wait to see an Easter egg show for something Marvel related down the future. But check those out, by the way.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. Again, subscribe to the New York Nurser channel over on YouTube. Like this video on whatever platform you're currently watching it. And then, of course, comment down below what shows you're excited for in the month of March, because that's what we want to know. We want to know what you are watching. With Last of Us, you know, wrapping up, what's going to be taking your attention here for the month of March. So with that being said, if you can stream it, go watch it. Bye-bye, everybody.
Adios.